Hey guys, welcome to Brian's Man Cave. So today is another Brian Plays, and I've decided to play some more Intellivision, and in this case, Pinball. This is copyrighted in 1981. This game is quite impressive for a game that was made in 1981, especially comparing it to some of the other pinball games on the consoles of the day. I know, well, Atari had about 3 games that I know of that were pinball games. But this one, I quite like this one, so let's get this going. Kind of runs through some of the boards there, but okay, so I'm one player, for sure. And there we go. I mean, it's a pretty decent looking screen. There's a lot going on. You got the lights in there, you got the little flipper things, and you actually have a goal in this. Like, there's actually 3 screens you could accomplish. So, oh, I didn't get that. That was a fail. There we go. The other thing that's great about this is because of the Intellivision controller, you have a few different options on how you want to operate your flippers. Oh, that was bad. So you can actually like push the buttons on the controller itself, the keypad. So one or 3 one will flip the what is it, the left-hand side, and 3 will flip the right. Or you can actually use the buttons on the side of the Intellivision controller, which are normally like your fire buttons. Because there's 2 buttons on each controller, you got one that can actually flip all flippers at once, which can be handy sometimes, or maybe you just don't feel like having to figure out which one you want to use. So you just always hit that one. Midnight Magic on the Atari has the same option, I believe, where you want to like use both flippers at the same time. I find that sometimes that can actually hinder you because you can actually accidentally hit the ball with the other flipper. So I don't often do that. I just tend to pay attention to where the ball is at. And there we go. So yeah, there is a goal to this game, like to try and get the ball through those, I think it's through those top things. That puts a little bumper there to stop you from going down, which is really cool. But yeah, there's 3 screens in this one. Oh, game over. Not doing too well here. Let's try that again. So once you progress to the second screen, you have to try not to fall down to get up to the 3rd screen. And once it falls, I mean it falls, that's it. So I'm using the buttons on the keypad rather than the fire buttons. I just find this might be a little bit more comfortable. One of the big complaints about the Intellivision is its controller. Okay, there it is. So that little thing at the top there, this little thing, you have to get the ball into that. And if you do that, you progress to the next stage. There we go. Make some pretty funny, weird noises. So this one you have to, I think you have to spell the words at the top and then you progress to the next stage. Something like that. But if you fall down the hole, that's it. You go back to the bottom stage and you just kind of start all over again. Uh-oh. Thought I was stuck there for a minute. Like all pinball games, the object is to try not to get the ball to fall down the hole. I love the sound effects in this game. This game actually has an interesting history with myself, being that I believe it was like one of the last games I ever bought, like officially bought, for my Intellivision. And I mean that by, I remember going into the computer store, and it was probably in the 80s still. I went into a computer store, and this was long after I thought that I would ever play Intellivision really again, other than just pulling it out and playing some of my favorites. And I saw they had this game and Bump and Jump. And I never even seen these on the Intellivision before then. I didn't know they existed. And so I ended up picking them up. I actually was just going to pick up Pinball, but my friend he convinced me to get Bump and Jump, saying it's a cool game. And so I ended up grabbing both of them. I have no idea how much I paid. I mean, this is going back in probably the mid to late 80s. Probably closer to the 90s, I would think. And so I picked them up and I was quite surprised on how fun these were, especially for the time being. And this is around the time when people started really playing Nintendo, and you didn't think that Intellivision still existed. Let's start again. Let's try one more. I know it's really hard to get up to that third stage. I mean, I have to sit down and play this for quite a while before I get lucky enough to get up to that third stage. Usually I get up to the second stage and I'm done. This is I mean, ultimately it's a fun game. I think there's a lot going on. It's either this or Midnight Magic on the Atari 2600 are my two kind of favorite pinball games to go to. I know I did a video a long time ago, actually, a pinball video, where I played this and the Atari 2600, just pinball. I don't know if I played Midnight Magic. I might have played it on that one too. That was an older video. That was in the past there. So I thought I'd revisit this game again and just have some fun playing pinball. Whoa. Ah. Just love the sound effects on this. The physics in this game is pretty good too. I mean, it really does give you that feel of a pinball machine. Oh, game over. Oh well. Anyways, yeah, that was just me playing pinball on the Intellivision. If you have an Intellivision, I would suggest you source it out. It's not a very common game. You don't come by it very often, but it's definitely worth a pickup. Anyways, thanks for watching. Hope you subscribe to my channel. Talk to you later.